Well, good morning, Cabbage. Where you been all day? Not seen you since last night. A little chilly here at the sawmill this morning, about 33 degrees. Let's go up here and check on the chickens. Well, hello, ladies. How y'all doing today? Everybody doing all right? So about 2 days ago, we lost one of our chickens. My wife was out here earlier that day and said one of them was acting kind of funny. What in the world's going on over there? It's like one of my neighbor's goats are stuck in the fence again. That's a shocker. But she was out here earlier in the day and one of the chickens was acting kind of odd. I came out here that night to put them up and it was dead. Not sure what happened, but sometimes chickens just fall over dead apparently. Well, this is always a good sign. Everybody's in here enjoying the day. We got one of the black ones and one of the snowshoe ones. Looks like they're laying right now. Got a few eggs already this morning. For this time of year, that's not too bad right there. I think, key word right here is think, we got about 5 different breeds of chickens, and one of them that died was the breed that kind of falls over for no reason. These chickens are pretty young. They're not even a year old. I'm not sure what happened to her. I came up here and she was just laying in the floor. That's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. Now we're up here behind the sawmill building, and let me show you guys something I've been working on here for the past few days. I've been taking this fence down because it pretty much serves no purpose anymore. Used to, years ago, they had cows in there. But I'm slowly taking that down. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do right there. I may put the new sawmill building there somewhere, I'm not sure. Then up here on the back fence, I'm trying to clean up this fence line right here and reestablish that and put up a brand new fence from that corner all the way down there to the bottom. Here's what I'm talking about. We got an old barbed wire fence. It's still standing, but the poles are in pretty bad shape. Then over there we have a woven wire fence as well. So there's 2 different fences right here. We don't need 2 fences. One will be plenty. So the plan is whenever I get this fence line cleaned up and new fencing put up, I'm either going to put pigs back here or cows. I can't really decide which one I want to do. I've done research on both of them and there's pros and cons to both of them. I know that, but I'm leaning more toward cows now. But that could change. I change my mind all the time. So one thing I like to do at the sawmill every morning is clean up the sawdust from the previous day. And a lot of people ask me, why in the world don't you have a sawdust collection system? Well, the reason being, I really don't mind cleaning this up every day. It's good exercise. It's not very hard labor, actually. You know, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes and I'm done. And once I put it back here at the back of the mill, I use the bucket on the tractor to take it to the burn pile because 90% of it we burn. You can't do nothing with this sawdust, friends. I said this before in videos. It's way too thin for animal bedding or nothing like that. And a lot of it's walnut, which is bad for plants and animals both. So we just burn most of it. It's just the way it is. So that took about 15 minutes, got it cleaned up in here, ready to do some more sawmilling. I'm also thinking back here in this corner will be a good place to store the log splitter. Let's go bring it over. Before we start sawing, looks like the lubrication tank is low. Yep, it's about out. Since diesel prices have really skyrocketed, can't get that off. And it's tight. There we go. So anyway, since diesel prices have went up, I usually run diesel in this, but right now, guys, diesel is just too high. So I'm using windshield washer fluid. I've heard of some guys using that pink antifreeze. I've never tried that. But make sure if you're running the sawmill, and now that it's getting into winter, you're using something besides 100% water in this, because it will freeze up your lines, and it makes for a very bad day. A very bad day. I've had it happen several times. It will never happen to me again, hopefully. Speaking of high prices, this stuff right here ain't cheap either, but it's cheaper than diesel. So right here is another additive that I use. It's a cotton spindle lubricant and detergent. AG Smart is maybe the maker of this, I'm not sure. I get this out of a feed store down in Arkansas. It's really cheap stuff. What would get you is the shipping. Shipping's pretty high. But this stuff right here works pretty good. It's not as good as diesel, but it does a good job. It's better than nothing. And I just kind of put me a little bit in there. I don't measure it out, because who reads instructions, right? That's usually enough right there. We'll put another gallon of windshield washer fluid in and we'll be good to go. But if you go to your local farm store, a lot of guys are asking me where to get this stuff at. I'm not sure if your farm store will have it. None of mine did. I had to get it from Arkansas. So just do a Google search and I'm sure it'll come up somewhere. All right, friends, first on the sawmill is this white oak, and this is a chunk of a log that I split with the chainsaw. I think about a week ago. I did a video on it. If you didn't see that, go back and check it out. But we'll get a few boards out of that and then we'll move on to something else. All right, guys, I got that sawed up, but as you can see, I got a mess back here. That's why I wasn't dragging any boards back, because there was nowhere for them to land. I guess I'll go get the 574 and start stacking some wood. This is the part of sawmilling that you don't see on YouTube. You gotta take it over and stack it and sticker it. Just part of it. Don't get me wrong, I actually enjoy stacking up lumber, but it is something that has to be done because those boards will not stack themselves. And at the end of the day, all the people that wants to come around and watch the sawmill run, when it comes to stacking the boards, they're usually gone. So that's something you got to take care of, guys, just part of it. I'll probably put that in the kiln maybe around March or April. It depends on the moisture content. With white oak, guys, you want it to dry really slow. You don't want to hurry it up at all. Now we're going to jump on the 754 and take some logs up to the mill because there's nothing to saw, guys. I need to saw up some pine. Tell you what, guys, this white pine is pretty good size actually. Operator side, 25 inches. So this log is an 8-footer. Down here on the other end, we're looking at 24 inches. It's a good size pine log. I do have some large knots, but I've talked about this in previous videos. These are yard trees, and in my area, this is about as good as it gets on pine. But they're not too bad. They're not too bad. They're only about 3 inches right here. So I've seen a whole lot worse, a whole lot worse. We're going to be sawing this into 1x6s. I'll be making this into shiplap as soon as I run it through the kiln. And the reason we're kind of switching gears from the oak and going on to this pine is because I need to saw up about 1,000 feet of pine. Actually, I need to saw up about 2,000 feet. I'll take it back. I need to saw up every pine log that I have, put it in the kiln, and while it's kiln drying, do all this other stuff I need to do here at the sawmill. That way when it comes out, we can run it through the molder, make some more shiplap, and get that wood shop finished. I need that shop done before the end of the year, guys. I'm tired of working on it, to be honest with you. On to the big announcement here of the day. So today is November the 17th, and if you guys remember a few videos back, maybe 2 or 3, I did a sponsored video with Established Titles. And they're a really good company because they plant a tree every time you buy a square foot of the land in Scotland, and you get to be called a lord and all that. It's pretty fun stuff, actually. I think it makes a great present. This is not a sponsored video today, by the way. But they are a really good company. They promote planting trees and all kinds of forestry practices in the world, and that's one of the reasons I did team up with them. So here's my announcement. They are going to try to do a big initiative between now and the end of the year to promote their product in order to plant more trees. Because every time somebody does buy 1 unit of their square foot in Scotland, they do plant a tree, so it's kind of a win-win for everybody right there. So I have teamed up with them, and what they're going to do is sponsor my next 25 videos here on the channel. And I'm going to make those 25 videos before the end of the year. And it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be 25 videos about that company. I would just do a small ad at the first of the next 25 videos promoting their tree planting efforts and leave links down below where people can go check them out. The videos will still be sawmilling, farming, the wood shop, all kinds of other stuff that's going on here this month. Probably some fence building as well. But that is really good news because I didn't plan on making 25 videos between now and the end of the year. So by them sponsoring us here for the next few weeks, it's going to enable me to make more videos for you guys, because instead of taking wood orders, I'm just going to make videos and not worry about that, and probably start taking wood orders maybe first of the year. So that's a pretty big deal because I enjoy making videos for you guys, and it's going to give you all more content. And there's no real downside to this. They will be sponsoring the videos, but it's going to be a very brief sponsor in every video. It's not going to be like 4 or 5 minutes or nothing like that. And it's a good cause. So I'm just letting you guys know up front, for the next probably 4 to 5 weeks, all my videos will be sponsored by them. And if you do have some extra money laying around and you need to buy somebody a present, if you support them, it does support us here on the channel and keeps me up here at the sawmill. So that's really good news, guys, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't plan on making probably maybe 10 to 12 more videos this year, and that's probably going to be about it. But by them sponsoring us, it's going to enable me to be up here more and making 25 videos, which is going to be a lot of work. But if I'm just focused on making videos and not sawing orders the rest of the year, I think I can pull it off. So look for that on the next video, not this video. So on the sawmill, we got a Joe Maine Silvertip Turbo 7. If you wonder why I say that in every video, is because people still reach out to me and ask where I get my saw blades. If you want those blades, friends, give him a phone call. You know where his cell phone number is, down the video description. And he is also, I was talking to Joe the other day because I was needing some blades. He's also doing the double hard Wood-Mizer blades now as well. So if you like the double hard blades by Wood-Mizer, he can sell you those also. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's open up this pine, friends, because there's a Patreon member named Alana, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, Alana. I think she's out in California. She is a really big fan of pine, and I knew she would get a kick out of this log being on the mill today. So hopefully it's going to be a really good log and some nice pine, and she will be pleased with what she sees because she is a nice lady and she's been a supporter here on Patreon and the channel for a long time. So Alana, this log is for you. So let's open this one up, friends, and get going because the sun's going down and it's going to be getting cold very soon. You guys hang in there. Usually I would keep sawing, but I want to show you all something. Now whenever I get to this point, the hydraulic clamp pushes it up, and this right here is 6 inches thick. Most of the time it will fall right off, but I got a brand new blade on here and it's sawing so flat, it's sticking to the lumber right here, or the log. That sounds a lot better. It's sticking to the log. Check that out. It is so flat, it's just stuck. It won't come off. It will when I pull on it, but that kind of shows you how flat it is. That's what you want in your sawing, guys. Good flat cuts.